I'm going crazy. Goodness me. What do you make of this? I put the hack squat as the number one thing I was going to do today. So no pre-exhausting, no doing anything before it. Get to the gym, get to 180 on the single, very easy, straight to work on the hack squat. And today, I said, you know what, let me try and push it as much as I can. Let me put on 2 plates and see how it goes. Last time I did plate and a half. So what is that, 40, 50, 60 kilos? And I found it very, very difficult. Very difficult. And one time before, many, many years ago, I did it and it was very, very difficult. But this time around, I came in fresh, straight to the hack squat. All right, let's see what I got. All sorts of assumptions were made last time about me having weak quads and whatnot, and making these diagnoses about what needs to be done, the path forward, all that sort of stuff. I come in today and I hit 3 plates on the hack squat. 3 plates for a set of 10. 3 plates for a set of 10. Last time, I did what I did. And I kind of concluded, the quads are not really contributing much to my squatting power. It's all back. And that's really bad. So if I can get some quads on board, then, it's going to be a fair ratio between front and back of myself, posterior chain, anterior chain. The quads need to contribute to my lifting. They're weak. Gotta hit them. Today I do 140 for a set of 10, and I'm there like, well, this was weird. What do I make of this now? Obviously, I'm new to the lift. Like, there's a CNS component there. You got to learn all that stuff. So I'm probably not even at my best current form in the hack squat because it's still too early. So maybe I even go one, maybe a half plate more on top of this. That's my true potential for a set of 10. Maybe even 4 plates. Imagine that. So the reason why I'm struggling with this and I feel like I'm going crazy is because maybe my quads are not weak. So I do 3 plates, and then, so that's 120 kilos, I think, yeah? And then plus the whole carriage and the whole machine probably weighs another, I don't know, let's say 20 damn kilos. You should probably weigh more. Let's say 20 kilos. So that's 140 kilo hack squat for a set of 10. Fully isolating the quads, and I get to do this. Very confusing, man. To be honest with you, very, very confusing, and I don't really know what to make of it. The one thing that I felt when I was doing the hack squat was like, okay, you put a plate on, and you do a plate for a set of 10. Then you put another plate on, and it doesn't feel like you've put another plate on. It's like that weight that you put on doesn't really represent another 40 kilos. Like if you put 2 plates on a squat as you're progressing upwards, it feels like considerably heavier. Like you feel the weight of 40 kilos. But because it's in this weird machine at 45 degrees, you don't actually feel 40 kilos. So in my mind, I was extrapolating all these thoughts previously. Oh my God, 60 kilos feels like heavy as, or whatever. 1 plate feels heavy as. I couldn't imagine 2 plates. The progressions between 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates doesn't feel like 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate on a squat. That weight is not really on you. It's sliding on this damn thing. And so I think I was fearing the hack squat a lot because I was putting that, feeling of a squat into a hack squat. But in fact, you put another plate on, and I don't think it's another 40 kilos worth of weight on you. It's weird, man. Like when you're going down, yes, there is a friction force slowing that weight down. Not only is it 45 degrees, right? So you're not weight bearing at 100%. It's not 90 degrees. It's not straight down with gravity. Not only is it 45 degrees, but it's also, there's a friction force as the thing is sliding. So we've gone from 40 kilos per, for a pair of plates down to like 20. Like, I don't know, like somebody who needs to do some physics here and mathematics to work this out, but it's nowhere near 40 kilos, man. 40 kilos on a squat, sure, it's on you. It's going directly with gravity. You're bearing that. With a hack squat, there's a friction force, there is a 45-degree angle involved. And so I was fearing that another plate would absolutely crush me. But then I put another plate on. I got to 3 plates and I'm like, it is very difficult. Don't get me wrong. Like I had a horrible time doing 140, not 140, whatever the freaking weight is. I don't care. I'm calling it 3 plates aside. I had a very, very hard time doing it, but I was in disbelief that my quads were capable of moving this much weight. And so it had me scratching my mind like there onwards, thinking to myself, do I have this thing like right? I don't like what's going on, man. Like if I came in today really, really fresh and I was still struggling with plate and a half, I'm like, cool. The quads are weak, let's work with them. But now I've done 3 plates and I'm like, how confident am I saying that it is really the quads? I don't know. A guy that can squat 4.5 plates and thinks the quads are weak is there hex squatting 3 plates. So like, what do you expect a guy that can squat 4.5 plates? What do you expect him to do in a hex squat? Like, what is the standard here? For you to go, okay, quads are on point. We need to look elsewhere to see what the weakness is. 4 plates for a set of 10? I don't know if that's correct, right? Because my maximum with 4 plates on a normal squat is 13 reps. Now, that is a hell of a lot more weight than on a hack squat. 4 plates here, 4 plates there, completely different, right? Talking about the angle, the 45-degree angle, talking about the friction force. It's very hard to kind of work out what's going on. Speaking of the friction force, there's also a friction force going up as well, right? So it's not going up like a normal squat. There's a friction force there. So that makes it more difficult to shift weight because it's a bit confusing, isn't it? The point is like, I walked out of the gym today and I'm like, I don't know like what I'm doing, man, anymore. Whatever, I'll continue to do the bro split, right? The upper lower push pull, as in upper push pull, lower push pull, 4 days split, whatever, just keep rotating it. I'll continue to do that, but like right now I'm not very confident about my diagnosis because I was quite impressed with a 3 plate for a set of 10 on a hack squat. I was very, very surprised by this. And because of that, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm thinking anymore, to be honest. The confusion continues, man. Like I've been back and forth with this thought. Is the hamstrings, is it the quads, is it the glutes, is it like, which side is it, the front or back? And it gets really, really complicated. And, last week or so, I've been saying, just do all the freaking exercises in the gym and we'll see where you're weak. I thought I was weak in the hack squat. And I have been weak in the hack squat, but now that I've kind of done a few sessions, I'm like getting a little bit better at the hack squat. And I'm like fully now seeing where I am on the hack squat. I don't know, like I'm just trying to set myself a goal. Okay, at what point of a hack squat progression am I going to go, okay, the quads are no longer a problem? 4 plates? If I can do 4 plates for a set of 10 on a hack squat, can we confidently say that the quads are on point, man? Like they're not weak. They're doing all right. Especially for a guy that is leaning over, right? Like, so we know the posterior chain is doing a lot of it. But if the quads are moving 4 plates on the freaking hack, are they weak? Is there something else going on here? It's an interesting thing. It gives you a freaking headache. Because on one hand, I know very well that I'm strong on the good mornings. Like I can do, a few days ago, I did 3 plates on a good morning and there's more room there, right? I haven't done good mornings for a little while, right? So that is a very good amount of strength on a good morning. I've always known that I've strung my back, right? Back, glutes, hamstrings, I've always felt like they were strong because of the performance in the deadlift. Good mornings, I feel comfortable hinging. I don't feel comfortable in my knees, staying upright, doing hack squats and belt squats. And so anecdotally, I'm like, yeah, that is where I'm weak. But now I'm kind of like testing and I'm like, well, that's actually moving all right as well. The one thing that I found interesting with the hack squat today was I had a lower back pump doing it. I don't know why or how. And my back was to the pad. But as I was pushing, I felt like I was going into an anterior pelvic tilt in the hard reps. And I started feeling my lower back in a hack squat. Imagine that. The whole thing is designed for you to not to use your back, and here I am with my back lighting up. So this is the set of the 4 plates. It was very, very hard work, man. Like, it might seem like it's easy, man, but like, I'm dying. I'm trying to stay in the quads. My body wants to hinge. I'm trying to stay in them, to keep the heel down. And I'm trying to go slower down. I'm trying to like control it down, not just like plummet. It's freaking hard work. Although when I look at this on the screen, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks like you can put the 4th plate on. But I was dying, right? Like, there's a point there when you're going down, like maybe a 90-degree knee angle, maybe even less, where I feel like it's very hard for me to control it on the way down. There's like a bit of like a sudden drop. It was just killing me. Like, I've got jelly legs right now. I'm going to be sore for days because of this. But these 3 plates moved all right. Like, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes, like, I was sometimes thinking today, like, maybe the cleaner got in there the time that I came in last time, and maybe she cleaned the freaking rail and there was not a lot of oil on it or something. I don't know, man. Like, I'm shocked that the 2 differences between 2 days are so drastic. Obviously, I didn't do any work before the hack squat today. I did last time. I did the belt squat last time. But that wasn't the first time in my life that I've done the hack squat. I've done the hack squat a few times in the past, and I've been humbled each time. This time around, I went in with the mentality, okay, let me see where the ceiling with this shit is. And I went hard, I went in fresh, and I've been surprised. I'm surprised, and frankly, I don't really know what to think anymore, and my freaking head hurts from it. Maybe there isn't a weakness. Maybe I need to increase everything, front and back and the rest of it. It certainly is a comforting thought to have a diagnosis, to have an idea of what needs to be worked on. Because if you say everything needs to be worked on, it's a little bit of like a loose feeling where you just kind of, you don't really know what to focus on. It's freaking awesome when there's a weakness and okay, if I improve this, everything will improve. But now I'm like, okay, maybe some of you guys, maybe you can tell me like, okay, Ivan, like if you want to hit 220 on the freaking squat, like a free bar, like a high bar squat, then we need you to hit 4 plates for a set of 10 on the hack. That's when you know that you have strong enough quads for a 220 squat. Or let's say 5 plates. I don't know what it is. Maybe like these standards with these hack squat machines are like, completely different, right? So like maybe you need to be a plate ahead on the hack squat to then do a plate less on a barbell squat. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, right? I'm a long-legged, hingy kind of guy, so I'm not going to rely a whole ton of, I'm not going to rely too much on the damn quads. I'm just, and then after all of that, I did some leg extensions. But then I was like, whatever, I'll do some leg extensions. But I was absolutely fried, man. I barely did anything. I worked up to 100, whatever the thing is, 100 kilos. I don't know if it's 100 kilos or 100 pounds. I don't really know what it is, but it says 100. Shitty freaking 10 reps. Then I went down to 80, tried to, do a set of 20. But I was like, I couldn't contract my muscle anymore. It was like, it was agony to do anything. So I did that for a few sets and I left home. And now I'm like, I drove back and I'm thinking, okay, so what do I make of that, man? What do you make of that? Well, the bare minimum is that I don't feel like my diagnosis from last time I did the leg day with the hack squat. I don't feel very confident in those thoughts anymore. Because I feel like 3 plates is all right. I don't know. I just keep going back to like mentally, the difference between 2 plates and 3 plates on that machine was like marginal. I don't know. Like, it's heavier. Don't get me wrong. It's heavier, but it's not 40 kilos heavier, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not 40 kilos heavier. It's, I don't know what, I'd love to know what the muscle's actually doing. I just know when you go from 100 kilos to 140 kilos on a barbell squat, you feel the 40 kilos. On this machine, you don't kind of feel. It's weird, man. It's like, it's a machine, right? Like, it's weird. Anyway, I'm keen to hear what you have to say about all of this. And I'm kind of keen to see some ideas whether I need to hit 5 plates on a hack squat, and that's when I'll say quads are not a problem. Just, these nice little kind of like standards, strength standards are just sexy because it puts your brain at ease. Okay, if you do this, then this will happen, right? Like a scientific method. If then, right? Let's write the hypothesis. So if I can, I mean, all of us have this like intuition, like, okay, if I go crazy with this machine, this is gonna go good, you know. If I go crazy on the hack squat for the next couple of months and I can do 6 plates on the hack squat, oh my God, you're gonna be smashing the damn barbell squat, high bar squat. What if I do that and I don't? Whoa, well, that is an interesting concept there, right? What do we say about the hack squat then? Bloody interesting, isn't it? Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.